to Monday of the fourth week of Advent. It is December 21st. And I wrote that little theme song that we do at the beginning of the Advent days. We do my Advent wreath carol on Sundays and on the weekdays. Hopefully your weekdays are strong days. We've come into Advent week 4. May our meditations bring more thoughts that are gentle and mild. Welcome Christmas within like a child. Holy Advent, Holy Lord, the source of our holiday cheer is simply that Christmas is near. Simply that Christmas is near. Hello, my brothers and sisters. In a childlike way, we approach these last few days of Advent. Do you remember what the last few days of school were like before Christmas vacation? Wow, I remember so very clearly. I remember waiting for the school bell to ring at 3 o'clock, the hour of mercy. Now I know it is the hour of mercy. At 3 o'clock on the last day of school. And I would line up with my classmates and be dismissed. And I would run all the way home. It wasn't that far, because I can't run that far, never could. But I would run the 2 blocks over to Stevenson Street from Mineral Springs in Hayden, St. Teresa School. Just so excited to get home and get ready. So in a very real sense, there's a great song by Trisha Yearwood called "A Baby Changes Everything." When a new baby comes into your family, we recently had one I mentioned the other day. My great nephew was born in Houston last year. He's now over a year old and walking and running and talking, although he can't say Uncle Bill yet. But we'll work on that. Every time I remember when my first nephew was born, Kevin Patrick is my godchild, and he is 36 this August. No, last August. But a baby does change everything, and it reminds us, and sometimes gives us permission to act more like children, not childish, but childlike. In the 21st of December, O Antiphon for evening prayer, it is, okay, I have 2 different translations here. This one says, O Dayspring, that's nice, but the other one says, O Morning Star. I like Morning Star better. Let's stick with that one. O Morning Star, splendor of light eternal and sun of righteousness, come and enlighten those who dwell in darkness and the shadow of death. Today, depending on what time you're watching this, if you're watching it on Monday the 21st, is the winter solstice, and they tell us that 2 of the planets are going to align in the sky to make it look like there's a brighter star up there. Astronomers tell us that they believe that that's probably what happened over Bethlehem thousands of years ago. But it's been 800 years since this, they estimate, it's been 800 years since these planets lined up in that way. Remember a few minutes ago I said in school we used to line up and go home for Christmas? The planets are going to line up. And so the bright light that brings, and reminding us of that Star of Bethlehem, is just a great beacon of hope to the world. to the world right now still seeking to be freed from this pandemic, still praying for all those who are hospitalized and all those who are in their own homes, those who are in line to be tested for the coronavirus, those who have just gotten their results, negative or positive. I know some people who've gotten both of those, and you rejoice with them when they get a negative test. I said to one of my friends, I said, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to pray that you're not positive. Usually we think of positive as a positive attitude. Last year, let's flip back to December of 2019. That's last year. That's a long time ago, isn't it? That's 20 years ago, last December. I had written a little ditty during the summertime, a little song, and I was delighted to play it and sing it with and teach it to some of the children from our school here. Our regional school is Notre Dame Academy, and the campus for the smaller kids is across the street. It was originally St. Martin of Tours School. Now it's regional. And then the campus for the older kids is at Our Lady of Charity, the former St. Ambrose. Can you keep all that straight? That's a lot of name changing. But I worked with the music teacher, whose name is Lawrence, and we taught this song to the kids. And it was just a delight for me to hear them sing it. So in my imagination, I hear them singing it with me. You kids who are watching, of all ages, you can sing it's a simple melody, or just hum, or shake your sleigh bells. We're pining for Christmas, like most girls and boys. But children of faith want much more than toys. Oh, the cookies are baking and the lights twinkle bright. They point to a birthday for Christmas done right. Did you ever try to teach children how to focus on the birth of Jesus at Christmas time when there's all kinds of other joyous frivolity around? It's hard. I'm a big fan of that reindeer with the red nose. Ever since I was a little child, it was brand new on TV when we watched it for the first time. Now it's years old, and I've become like a little child when Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is on. Luckily, I have a DVR so I can record it if I have pastoral duties. And my dog and I watched it together this year. She was not that interested. She wants to be the only four-legged creature in my life. Verse 2. Yes, we're waiting for Christmas. Keep us off that naughty list. The one born in the manger will make sure we haven't missed the season of Advent with 4 candles to light. Jesus, here comes your birthday. We want Christmas done right. Are you pining for Christmas? I am not looking for you to buy me any gifts, but can I tell you, I just love the scent of pine. One time I said that in a homily when I was at a large suburban parish. I said, I always try to keep pine-scented candles burning in my room. And at the fancy candle stores at the mall, one lady who waited on me one time said, you know, men almost always buy the pine-scented candles. Go figure. Well, I said that in a homily, and within 5 days, I had like 16 pine-scented candles dropped off at the rectory. I wasn't making an appeal. So I'm not making an appeal here for gifts. I'm making an appeal for a heart that pines for Christmas. And a heart that pines for Christmas can be evergreen in the faith. Today is the Monday of the 4th week of Advent. Some of you might have a few days off this week. Some of you are working from home during this pandemic. God bless you. I work from home all the time because I live next door to one of my churches. But working from home at this time of year has got to be a bit of a challenge. Or having the kids virtually learning from home, or you who are homeschooling your children, turns the house into a classroom, into a workplace. But we hope that the child within all of us will have a little sense of play in these final days of Advent. In my second verse, I was most optimistic and ambitious, having children say, the one born in the manger will make sure we haven't missed the season of Advent with 4 candles to light. I really hope that that's what families are able to do at home. But I know not every household is able to always keep focus on the religious meaning, but how very important that is for all of us. So we ask you to join in this time of prayer as we come closer to the birth of the Lord. We're pining for Christmas. We're waiting for Christmas, keeping Jesus in our sight. We'll have Christmas done right. We'll have Christmas done right. We'll have Christmas done right. O morning star, O Lord Jesus, make this day in Advent special and spiritual. Help us to grow closer to you as we light the 4th candle on the wreath this week, to be like a child, to return to innocence, to believe like a child without needing proof, as we sometimes do as adults, to just trust in the Lord. And that, my friends, is how we do Christmas right. It's not about getting the right gift. It's not about having the cookies come out perfect. It's Christmas done right is keeping Christ in the center of it. Please join me tomorrow.